We're going to be talking about some of the most useful words and phrases that you will hear and use in a Spanish conversation. We're not going to be going over phrases like how are you, how old are you, all of that stuff, because that's just stuff that's really easy to look up on the internet and find. But here are some of the things that I hear and use in almost every single conversation that I have when I'm speaking in Spanish to someone. So they're going to be very useful for you to learn. The first one is me cuesta. And you can also say le cuesta or a nosotros nos cuesta. However you want to use this verb. You can use it for whoever you want to talk about, whether it's yourself or someone else. Basically what it means is that it's hard, or it's hard for you to do something. It's more common for someone to use this phrase instead of saying something like es difícil para mí. You can instead use me cuesta. It's going to make your Spanish sound a lot more advanced, and you're going to sound much more like a native speaker using this phrase. So I'm going to give an example. If I wanted to say it's hard for me to study, I would say me cuesta estudiar. If I wanted to say it's hard for us to play together, I would say nos cuesta jugar juntos. And if I wanted to say that it's hard for him to listen, I would say a él le cuesta escuchar. Or if you just wanted to say le cuesta escuchar, you can do that. You don't have to say a él unless you want to emphasize that you're talking about him. And here are all the possible ways to use this word if you want to talk about it's hard for me, it's hard for us, hard for you, hard for them, they, whatever. Here you go. The other useful phrase that you might use a lot is the phrase me gustaría or me encantaría. This just means I would like to, or I would love to. It's really the verb me gusta or me encanta in the conditional tense if you want to get technical. Basically, if you use the word would when you're saying I would like something or I would love something, that's when you would use these two words. For example, me gustaría hablar contigo would be I would like to talk to you. If you wanted to say I would love to talk to you, it would be me encantaría hablar contigo. And here again are the possible ways to use this verb if you're talking about someone else other than yourself. Another way you could actually say me gustaría or me encantaría would be to use the verb querer in the subjunctive past tense form. It's kind of weird, but if you wanted to say I wish or I would like, you could say quisiera. Don't stress about what the subjunctive is or isn't or when or when not to use it. Just know that this is one of those words that's just another way of saying I wish something. If you wanted to say I would like to go or I wish I could go to the park, it would be quisiera ir al parque. Another cool phrase we'll look at is kind of a funny one, I guess. It's ¿qué te pasa?, which means what's wrong with you, or what are you doing, or what's going on with you. So if you have a friend who's doing something really weird or crazy, you can just go ¿qué te pasa?, like what's up with you. Or if your friend's doing something, him or her, you can say ¿qué le pasa?, like what is going on with them. A cool phrase you might also hear is ¿qué te parece?, which is what do you think about that? For example, ¿qué te parece este video? What do you think about this video? Which, if you do like it, go ahead and please give it a like so I can continue to make more videos like this for you in the future. And if I could get you to subscribe to support me, I'd really appreciate it. You could also use it in the past tense, like ¿qué te pareció? What did you think about something? ¿Qué te pareció este video? Would be what did you think about this video? Here's a phrase that my wife likes to use a lot, which is me traes, or can you bring me something. For example, she'll always ask me for water, so a lot of times she'll go, hey, me traes agua? Which means, can you bring me water? So that's a really useful phrase if you want someone to bring something to you. Like, hey, me traes mi teléfono? Can you bring my phone to me? Another easy phrase to ask someone to take you somewhere is to use the verb llevar, which can have different meanings depending on different situations. But in this context, it means, can you take me? So if you wanted to say, hey, can you take me to class? You can either say, me puedes llevar a clase, or you can just say, me llevas a clase. You don't have to say the can you. It's just like with the phrase when we said, me traes something. You could say, me puedes traer, but you can just simplify it in Spanish and just say, me traes algo, or me llevas a wherever you're going. The last useful phrase we'll look at is just the word está bien or está bien sí. And you may probably know what this is, but it's really underrated in my opinion because it's something that I want you to just get to where you don't have to translate it anymore. I want it to just come right out of the top of your head. And it just means it's okay or is it okay. And you can also use está bien si, which would mean is it okay if you wanted to ask if something is okay. Like, is it okay if I go with you? Está bien si te acompaño. And then the other person might respond, sí, está bien. Yeah, that's okay. So it can be used as a question or it can be used just as a phrase saying that, yeah, it's okay. So I'm gonna quiz you now. I'm gonna put together a couple phrases that we used and I want you to see if you understand what this means. I'm gonna give you a couple seconds to figure it out. Me gustaría saber qué te pareció este video. So I'm gonna give you a couple seconds to work it out. You should probably pause the video. Okay, so that just meant I would like to know what you thought about this video. So if you got something along the lines of that translation, perfect. All you need to know is the meaning. Don't think word for word whether you got it or not. If you just understood it, that's what's important. And if you would like to see more videos like this in the future, please let me know. If you have any suggestions for videos in the future, please leave a comment down below so I can help make Spanish easier for you. That's what I'm here for. And remember to have fun learning. This should be fun. Use these phrases in conversations and you're instantly gonna sound more like a native speaker. I guarantee it. So again, have fun learning. I'll see you guys soon. Hasta luego.